Va.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and scoot on down the hallway so we can get started here at our next stop.
No engineer sudah no engineer sudah பின்னாடி பாருங்க.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here at our second stop in front of us is the full fuselage trainer, which is the full size of the Space Shuttle Orbiter minus the wings because those are not needed for training purposes, as well as the crew compartment trainers, which are just the nose sections located behind and to the right of the full fuselage trainer. Now again, these are high-fidelity mock-ups, fully equipped with everything the astronauts will need to use with their stay on board the Space Shuttle. But they will also use these mock-ups to become familiarized with the layout of the shuttle, as well as with a variety of systems and operations on board. Now just to name a few, include the television and camera operations, lighting, medical equipment, how to prepare their meals, how to use the waste management system, which is NASA's way of saying space toilet. Also, they will be briefed on the in-flight crew escape system. Now, the crew compartment trainers, again, those are just nose sections. Those can actually be tilted to various angles all the way up to including.
Oh, c'est trop long. En temps réel, c'est quasiment impossible. Attends, je suis pas traducteur professionnel. Moi, je comprends ce qu'il dit et j'ai pas la faculté de dire tout de suite. C'est très
Ladies and gentlemen, this area here with the large robotic arm is known as the Multi-Use Remote Manipulation and Development Facility, or MRMDF for short. Now, the arm here is the same size and operates the same way as the arm that's on board the International Space Station. It was actually made by the same Canadian-based company that made the arm for the Space Shuttle. It's been given the nickname Canada Arm 2. Very original, yes, I know. But once the astronauts are going to begin using this type of system, they are actually sent to the manufacturer, which is in the Ontario area, for about 2 weeks. Then they come back here to this building. Now, whenever they're practicing, they can't look directly at the arm. They have to view it through a series of monitors that are linked up to cameras mounted on the hand, forearm, as well as placed around the arm, same as if they would really be on board the space station. Now, they will use the arm with the Space Shuttle cargo bay mock-up behind it to practice deployment and retrieval of satellites. However, they will also use those two pieces of equipment with the large gray modules to the right, what looks like the scaffolding pieces on the floor, and a large lightweight inflatable on the floor to the left, to practice construction of the space station. Now, the latest installment to the space station will be taking place with this next mission launching February 7th, and we'll be delivering the Tranquility node. But also, ladies and gentlemen, on our way out, on the floor and off to the left, you'll see some white vehicles. Now, those are actually the new types of vehicles that NASA would wish to use if and when they get to go back to the moon. Now, these are the Lunar Electric Rovers, nicknamed Chariots, and unlike the rovers of old, these actually have a fully pressurized cabin. So 2 people will be able to sit inside this vehicle without even needing to wear a spacesuit. And while on the moon, this vehicle's life support systems will actually be able to support those 2 astronauts for up to including 2 weeks at a time, giving them a pretty good window of opportunity to go out and explore and discover new areas of the moon. And also, ladies and gentlemen, this vehicle has a total of 12 wheels and is an all-wheel drive vehicle. And not only is it all-wheel drive, but it can even drive side to side. So it's not only very difficult to get stuck, but it's also really easy to parallel park. Now, on the one a little bit farther away, you can see it. There are two doors on the back. Well, those actually are where newly designed spacesuits are going to be placed. Now, those newly designed spacesuits, the astronauts will be able to climb in and seal themselves in and can be ready to go out on a spacewalk in as little as 30 minutes, as opposed to the systems now, which actually can take them several hours to prepare. Now, also, a lesson learned during the Apollo missions was that the dust on the moon is actually statically charged. Now, it will cling to the spacesuit as well as Astronaut Memorial Grove. Now, the first trees were planted here on the 10th anniversary of the loss of the Challenger, and another tree is planted here for Mercury astronaut Gordon Cooper after he passed away of natural causes. Sadly, another 7 trees were added here in 2003 after the Columbia was lost only a few minutes before touching down. I guess we're going to stop here for a brief period of time to have a moment of silence for those fallen astronauts.
Hi. Oh,
Here.
Astronauts such as Alan Shepard, about 106 miles into the Earth's atmosphere, to achieve suborbital flight for about 15.5 minutes. The other is actually a little Joe 2 rocket, also known as the VT-22, and that was an unmanned rocket launched from the White Sands testing facility in New Mexico to test out the quality of the high-altitude abort systems that were going to be placed on board Apollo. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just wait for the tram to come.
Right, folks, just kind of gather in this area here. I need everyone to please stay quiet because I'm going to have to